As enlightenment increases, the desire to share it increases, but with this desire comes the realization that it is impossible to share it. Realization is an inward experience which can come only to those who have won it in their own right. It cannot be conferred. When the mob governs, man is ruled by ignorance. When the church governs, he is ruled by superstition. And when the state governs, he is ruled by fear. Before men can live together in harmony and understanding, ignorance must be transmuted into wisdom, superstition into an illumined faith, and fear into love. It is difficult for many to realize that they are actual universes, that their physical bodies are of visible nature through the structure of which countless waves of evolving life are unfolding their latent potentialities. The auric body of a snake is one of the most remarkable sights that the clairvoyant will ever see, and the secrets concealed within its aura demonstrate why the serpent is the symbol of wisdom among so many nations. Man's status in the natural world is determined, therefore, by the quality of his thinking. When the human race learns to read the language of symbolism, a great veil will fall from the eyes of men. They shall then know truth and, more than that, they shall realize that from the beginning, truth has been in the world unrecognized, save by a small but gradually increasing number appointed by the Lords of the Dawn as ministers to the needs of human creatures struggling to regain their consciousness of divinity. Wisdom is given to no man until he asks for it. In Freemasonry is concealed a mystery of creation, the answer to the problem of existence, and the path the student must tread in order to join those who are really the living powers behind the thrones of modern national and international affairs. Fascinated by the glitter of gain, man gazes at the Medusa-like face of greed and stands petrified. Wisdom fears no thing, but still bows humbly to its own source. With its deeper understanding, loves all things, for it has seen the beauty, the tenderness, and the sweetness which underlie life's mystery. Esoterically, the hanged man is the human spirit which is suspended from heaven by a single thread. Wisdom, not death, is the reward for this voluntary sacrifice during which the human soul, suspended above the world of illusion and meditating upon its unreality, is rewarded by the achievement of self-realization. Though the modern world may know a million secrets, the ancient world knew one, and that was greater than the million. For the million secrets breed death, disaster, sorrow, selfishness, lust, and avarice, but the one secret confers life, light, and truth. Every soul is engaged in a great work, the labor of personal liberation from the state of ignorance. The world is a great prison. Its bars are the unknown, and each is a prisoner until, at last, he earns the right to tear these bars from their moldering sockets and pass, illuminated and inspired, into the darkness, which becomes lighted by that presence. Words are vehicles of ideas, and unless they are understood properly, misunderstanding is inevitable. Man is given by nature a gift, and that gift is the privilege of labor. Through labor he learns all things. It was apparent that materialism was in complete control of the economic structure, the final objective of which was for the individual to become part of a system providing an economic security at the expense of the human soul, mind, and body. They wander in darkness seeking light, failing to realize that the light is in the heart of the darkness. Experiences are the chemicals of life with which the philosopher experiments. If the infinite had not desired man to be wise, he would not have bestowed upon him the faculty of knowing. Pythagoras said that the universal creator had formed two things in his own image. The first was the cosmic system with its myriads of suns, moons, and planets. The second was man, in whose nature the entire universe existed in miniature. A little philosophy inclineth man's mind to atheism, but depth in philosophy bringeth men's minds about to religion. All things manifesting in the lower worlds exist first in the intangible rings of the upper spheres, so that creation is, in truth, the process of making tangible the intangible by extending the intangible into various vibratory rates. If woman dreams true and shares her dream with the men who are close to her, these same men will find their greatest joy and sense of completeness in the service of her vision. It has always been so, and will always be so. There is a distinct tendency to carry along unfinished business and to procrastinate indecision. If left to its own disorder, the mind may deteriorate into a tumbling ground for whimsies. The esoteric system is all based upon the ultimate motive. Ultimate motive is the service of truth itself, a complete dedication to the service of the realities of existence. It is from the ranks of the neo-intellectuals that we develop our parlor socialists, our modernists in poetry and letters, and those armchair anarchists who have theoretical explanations for every circumstance of living. The mercurial person must take careful stock of himself and make sure that he contributes nothing to the inanities of the day. There is no doubt that the Old Testament is a physiological and anatomical textbook to those capable of reading it from a scientific viewpoint. Philosophy invites man out of the vainness of selfishness, out of the sorrow of ignorance and the despair of worldliness, out of the travesty of ambition and the cruel clutches of greed, out of the red hell of hate and the cold tomb of dead idealism. He who knows not that the Prince of Darkness is the other face of the King of Light knows not me. San Juan points out that the two great enemies of integration within man are his mind and his emotions. In order to make simple the great truths of nature and the abstract principles of natural law, The vital forces of the universe were personified, becoming the gods and goddesses of the ancient mythologies.